A story begins with modern-day teenagers who are always with their phones and social media and end up becoming addicted to them. One of them is Nara, a high school girl who keeps ignoring her morning alarms until she finally wakes up and rushes to school. And she narrates how phones have changed people's lives, saying that the internet has made it easy for everyone around the world to connect with each other. And she confesses that she loves this new era because she never feels alone since she has many online friends. Later, our protagonist notices that the most popular boy in school, Hun Jung, is receiving birthday gifts, but she doesn't show interest and walks away. Then when she enters the classroom, she's shocked because her classmates wish her a happy birthday. But it turns out they had planned a surprise party for Hun Jung and mixed her up with him. And everyone gets upset because they had already talked about it in the group chat, but soon realize they forgot to add Nara to the group chat. Moments later, Hun Jung arrives and everyone pushes Nara aside to celebrate him, which annoys her a bit as not even her friends Zobu and Gi told her about the plan. During lunch, Nara sits with her friends in the school courtyard, and the three of them overhear Hun Jung saying he gets love confessions every day. So Nara says she doesn't get what's so great about him, and this makes he and Sowoo a bit annoyed. At that moment, all the students except Nara receive a notification with a photo of Hun Jung's surprise party. And it's revealed that Nara doesn't use social media much, so her friends tell her she should post more and suggest she take pictures with her childhood friend Zach Shin, who is one of the most popular boys in the school. But Nara gets irritated and refuses. While walking back to class, she sees a girl waiting outside holding a gift for Hun Jung, and the girl begs Nara to give it to him because she's too shy. And though Nara refuses at first, she gives in after the girl insists. Soon after, she finds Hun Jung hanging out with his friends who think she's confessing her love and start teasing her. But Hun Jung steps in and rejects her, thinking she's there for him. Confused, Nara hands over the gift and tells him to open it, and he's shocked to see another girl's name on it, and she scolds him for being arrogant and self-obsessed. While meanwhile, one of the classmates tells everyone that Nara confessed to Hun Jung, causing everyone to tease her when she enters class, even though she denies it and says she's not interested in boys, but no one believes her, so she explains she was just delivering the gift for someone else. Later, an online contest called Goart begins where students must collect the most likes and hearts to win, and a girl from their school named Sia is one of the finalists, so everyone votes for her and she wins. And during her speech, she thanks her friends and family, inspiring Nara to think about joining the next season with her friends. But she doesn't have enough followers to register, and that night, Nara remembers how she used to be active on social media when she was younger, posting food blogs and mukbang videos, which are people filming themselves eating lots of food. Later that night, as she sits alone on a bench, her childhood friend Zach Jin joins her, and it's clear he has feelings for her, though she doesn't notice. The next day, in the school bathroom, Nara sees a poster promoting the second season of Goart, when suddenly Hun Jung walks out of one of the stalls revealing he was pooping, and she's shocked to see him in the girl's bathroom, so she snaps a picture and runs, and Hun Jung chases her, but she trips and he catches her before she falls. Then he tries to delete the photo, but can't. So Nara tells him she'll delete it only if he grants her 3 wishes, and though he hesitates, he has no choice but to accept. Later, a popular Instagram model named Choya transfers into their class, and she turns out to be Nara and Zach Jin's former elementary school classmate. Then the student council president arrives and announces the new Goart season, asking all interested students to submit their registration form before the end of the day. Everyone encourages Hun Jung to join, but he doesn't care, while Choya gets excited. During lunch, Nara is surprised to see Choya has suddenly made many friends, which reminds her of her past when she was also popular on YouTube under the name Haggy Doggy. And once Choya gave Nara a gift, but her other friends didn't let her accept it, which made her very sad. Back in the present, Zobu and Ga find out Nara wants to join Goart, but is too scared. So after lunch, they secretly submit her form thinking she'll be happy. But when she finds out, she's shocked and runs quickly to cancel her entry. In the office, Nara finds Choya submitting her own form, and the moment she sees Nara, she immediately recognizes her and reveals that she used to be her idol in the past. In fact, Choya was inspired by her to become a model, which completely surprises Nara and makes her finally decide to submit her form too. And later, her friends encourage her to do her best, which gives her a little boost of confidence. But when they mention she should return to being Haggy, her mood drops instantly because it seems she had a traumatic experience in the past. Yet despite this, in order to gain more followers online, Nara uses one of the wishes Hun Jung owes her, and she asks him to follow her on Instagram and like one of her photos, hoping his followers will notice and start following her too. And Hun agrees. Then they return to class acting like there's something going on between them, which frustrates Zach Jin. And meanwhile, Choya starts a live stream telling her fans she finally met her inspiration, referring to Nara, and accidentally reveals that she is Haggy, shocking everyone. So students rush toward Nara and bombard her with questions about her past, which annoys and overwhelms her as she remembers how uploading those old videos as Haggy led to hate both online and at school, making her give up something she loved and causing her to resent social media ever since. And unable to handle the pressure, Nara runs out of the classroom to the office, takes back her Goart form, and runs off crying. But on her way, she trips and crumples the paper, and just when she's falling apart, Hun Jung suddenly appears, helps her up, and takes her to the infirmary where, while talking, it becomes clear they are starting to like each other, and Nara admits she still wants to join Goart, but now feels even more embarrassed after her identity was revealed. So Hun Jung suggests they participate together, which instantly cheers her up, and the two go back to the office where they find Choya and both submit their forms. And at that moment, the student council president tells them that only 2 students, 1 boy and 1 girl, will be selected from their school to compete, meaning Nara and Choya must compete for that spot. But she also explains that the winner will be determined by how many YouTube subscribers they can gain by the end of the month. So both of them create new channels and begin the competition that very afternoon. Though the next day, Nara is disheartened to find out Choya already has a huge lead thanks to her school popularity. So she tells her friends how discouraged she feels, and at the same time, Jie reveals she has been chatting online with someone she has never met in person. But Shobu warns her it could be dangerous, though Jie doesn't listen. And later that afternoon, the 3 friends gather at Nara's house trying to figure out what niche might help her gain more subscribers, but everything seems boring or too common. And the next day, Zach Jin meets Nara before school to remind her about the meal they booked a month ago. And meanwhile, Jie tells her friends she's finally going to meet her online friend, which worries Seo, but Jie brushes off the risk. After school, Nara sees Choya doing a live stream with another influencer to gain more subscribers, and this inspires Nara to do the same. So she calls Hun Jung, and they meet at a cafe and stream live together. But at the same time, Zach Jin arrives at the restaurant where he planned to meet Nara, only to find Choya there. And they both see on their phones that Nara is doing a live stream with Hun Jung, which breaks Zach Jin's heart. And meanwhile, Nara ends her stream and gains some subscribers, which makes her very happy. But then she remembers her lunch with Zach Jin, so she calls him to apologize, but he's visibly upset, says little, and hangs up. And later, Nara finds him in person and tries to apologize again, but he ignores her and leaves. While in a separate scene, Jie is seen alone in a cafe waiting for her online friend, when suddenly a strange man enters and the tension rises, suggesting something is wrong. But back with Nara, she returns home and sees Choya live streaming again, so she decides to do her own stream. But just as she begins, Seo shows up at her door in a panic saying Jie isn't answering her calls, and hearing this, Nara fears something bad happened, so she and Seo rush out, forgetting to stop the stream, which continues broadcasting live. And meanwhile, we learn that Jie was supposed to meet her online friend to exchange a limited edition K-pop photo card, but instead, a middle-aged man approaches her, trying to persuade her to go to his house to see his card collection, and when she refuses, he becomes aggressive. But luckily, Nara and Seo arrive in time and tackle the creep, though Nara doesn't realize her live stream is still active until Zach Jin calls her and tells her. And when he sees her, Nara is surprised by how worried he is, but she still doesn't notice his feelings for her. The next day at school, Nara becomes the center of attention as her accidental live stream has gained her over 2,000 new subscribers, which excites her since now she has a real chance to beat Choya. And in class, the teacher announces a group project pairing Nara with Hun Jung, while Zach Jin and Choya are grouped together, and all 4 plan to meet with their teammates over the weekend. So on Saturday, Nara dresses up to impress Hun Jung, and they meet in a park to work on their project, opening up about their pasts while taking lots of photos and having a great time. And meanwhile, Zach Jin and Choya also meet up and go to a playground to film cute videos, which they upload to YouTube, inspiring Nara to do the same with Hun Jung. But Zach Jin is jealous and hates seeing her with another boy. And at the end of the day, Choya gets surrounded by fans who take pictures without permission, so Zach Jin steps in and forces them to delete the photos, which surprises her. And meanwhile, Nara walks home with Hun Jung, and when they part ways, she notices her subscriber count rising fast thanks to their videos and pictures. So she uses her last wish and asks him to spend more time with her and do more live streams together, which confuses him, but he agrees, since he still owes her a favor. And later that night, as Nara is reviewing her videos, she gets a creepy message from a stranger saying he's watching her, and she tries to ignore it. But the next day at school, she forgets there's a test. So Hun Jung lends her his notes at the last minute, telling her to do her best. And seeing this, her friends tease her about their relationship, making her blush, though she says nothing. And later she notices she's very close to surpassing Choya. But the creepy messages keep coming from the stranger, telling her to post more photos and that he's watched all her old videos, which finally starts to scare her. And she asks her friends if famous people often get stalked, and they say it's very common. After school, as the friends head to a cafe, Nara gets another disturbing message from the stalker suggesting she should block him and saying he has prepared a special gift for her, which scares her, so she runs home. And when she arrives, the stalker sends her a fake explicit photo of her, saying if she tells anyone, he will leak it online. And devastated, Nara breaks down in tears, and to make things worse, the next day it's revealed that a fake photo of Tia, the winner of Goart, was also leaked online, adding to Nara's worries. Later at school, the stalker's messages ruin her whole day, but she meets Hun Jung in the hallway, and he reminds her they planned a live stream that afternoon. So they meet at a cafe, but Nara tells him it isn't necessary anymore, and worried, he asks her what's wrong. And after thinking hard, she finally shows him her phone and explains everything about the stalker. And after reading the messages, Hun Jung is shocked and urges her to report him to the police, and the next day the classroom is buzzing and everyone is staring at their phones phones in shock. Then when Nara walks in, everyone looks at her and she realizes something happened, and Choya tries to pull her out of the room. But Nara sees on someone's phone that the fake photos have been leaked online, leaving her speechless and in tears. So the teacher takes her to the office, where it's revealed that the stalker sending her messages is a man named Choi Min, the same man who tried to assault Jae and whose face showed up in Nara's live stream. And the teacher tells Nara that the police are actively searching for him, giving her a bit of relief. Later, while walking home, Jae blames herself and cries, but her friends comfort her, saying it's not her fault. And that night, Nara goes live on YouTube to address the controversy, telling everyone she's okay and revealing the truth about the stalker. And not long after, she receives a message from the school principal saying Choi Min has been caught by the police, which makes her smile. A few days later, one of her classmates is recording everyone in class because their first school camping trip is happening. And while filming, it's revealed that Yoonhun, one of Hun Jung's friends, is planning to confess his feelings to Nara during the trip. And later, the teacher says they'll do various activities all day, asking the boys to go to another room and prepare their camping area while the girls stay and clear their room. And as the boys get busy, Zak Jin and Hun Jung listening in on Junhun talking about his feelings for Nara, Hun Jung and Zak Jin both discover that Junhun is planning to confess to her that night. And of course, they both become jealous. Meanwhile, the girls are setting up their campsite and talking about how school trips are the best for romance, mostly gossiping about Hun Jung, which catches Nara's attention, while it seems Choya is secretly more interested in Zak Jin. And after the camp is set up, everyone heads to the gym to play dodgeball, and the girls notice that Junhun keeps staring at Nara, guessing that he must like her. So during the game, when a ball is about to hit Nara, he suddenly dives in front of her to protect her, but ends up rolling on the floor and twisting his ankle. And Nara offers to take him to the infirmary, but both Hun Jung and Zak Jin rush in and insist on helping him instead, but they carry him too roughly because of their jealousy. After dodgeball, the teacher organizes a treasure hunt, saying the team that finds the most objects wins. And we see everyone excitedly running around the campus, looking through every corner. And Choya enters an office, searching, while Zak Jin joins her a bit later, creating a small moment between them that Choya enjoys as harmless flirting. And meanwhile, Nara checks the library and runs into Hun Jung, who awkwardly offers her an item he already found, making her blush as she accepts it, feeling shy and nervous. And by that night, during dinner, Junhun approaches Nara and asks her to meet him at midnight at the dating stairs on campus, a famous place legendary for romantic confessions where almost all couples who confess end up together. But Nara doesn't know anything about it until her friend Seo explains it to her, surprising her. After dinner, the students play a game to decide who cleans up, and Nara and Zak Jin lose, so they clean together, feeling a little awkward but making small talk. And Nara nervously asks Zak Jin if he likes someone, to which he shyly says no, then asks her the same question. But before she can answer, a cup falls, and when they both reach down at the same time to grab it, they bump heads, laugh awkwardly, and then end up arguing again for no reason like they always do. Later at night, the boys play truth or dare, and when it's Hun Jung's turn, they ask if he loves someone, and he gets nervous and jokingly says he's in love with all his friends. But then the bottle points to Nara, and just as he's about to confess, Zak Jin interrupts and suggests they play another game. Later that night, Junhun asks his friends to wish him luck before he goes to confess his love to Nara at the romantic stairs with lots of gifts prepared. But since Nara has never heard of that place, she ends up at a different staircase and finds Hun Jung there instead. And the two of them accidentally share a romantic moment, hiding together to escape the campus guard, a sit. And caught up in the emotion, Hun Jung asks Nara to be his girlfriend, but she's too confused to respond, so he quickly pulls back and instead offers to fulfill the last wish she asked for, spending more time together and doing live streams. And the next day, the student council president gathers all the Goart participants in her office and announces that Nara has gained enough subscribers to be only 1,000 away from Choya, and she wishes both girls good luck. Afterward, Choya goes to her modeling agency, where her manager pressures her to win against Nara because losing to someone less popular might damage the agency's reputation. And meanwhile, Nara tells her friends she plans to do a mukbang, food eating, video to catch up in subscribers. And that night, she does a live stream on YouTube, announcing the return of her old identity as Haggy, which earns her many new followers. But Choya also watches and is discouraged by the flood of hate comments she's been getting lately. And to make matters worse, she's gained weight and has been body shamed by her own fans. So out of shame, she stops eating. And the next day, a student approaches her saying she bought one of Choya's advertised products. But Choya doesn't sell anything, so she realizes someone is using her pictures to scam people. So she starts digging and finds a fake Instagram account using her photos to promote phony items. So she does a live stream to call out the issue and apologize to fans, but it all backfires and she loses thousands of followers. Desperate, she decides to lose even more weight to try to win them back. And the next day, Zak Jin finds her fainting in the hallway and carries her to the infirmary, scolding her for not eating. So he goes to get food for her. And while alone, she checks the scammer's account and realizes it's run by someone from their school. So when Zak Jin returns, she tells him everything, and they set out to find clues, but no one knows anything. And just when they're about to give up, Zak Jin remembers remembers Choya saying that the scammer copies everything she does, so she should post a photo from the infirmary, and maybe the scammer will do the same. So she uploads a picture and they wait, and while waiting, she falls asleep on Zach Jin's shoulder in a sweet moment, but they don't get results, so they leave. But later, Choya goes back to the infirmary because she forgot her phone and catches the scammer in the act, and when she asks why she did it, the girl admits she admired Choya. And after she posted one of Choya's pictures, strangers started sending her money, and she always dreamed of being famous like that, so she just kept going, but now she regrets it, and Choya promises not to tell anyone if the girl refunds all the money and deletes the account, and she also tells her to learn to love herself instead of chasing approval. That night, Choya and Zach Jin eat ramen together, and Choya mentions she thinks Zach Jin has feelings for Nara, which makes him spit his food out and deny it, but his expression gives it away, and the next day, he avoids Choya out of embarrassment, but she offers to help him get closer to Nara and organizes a study session inviting Hun Jung too, who agrees right away once he hears Nara will be there. So that evening during the study session, Nara gets sleepy, and when she nearly slams her head on the table, Zach Jin stops her, and the two bicker as usual while Hun Jung watches with jealousy. And later while walking home, Nara asks Zach Jin why he doesn't date, not knowing he's in love with her, and he says he's fine with just having friends, but she takes his hand and gently explains there's a difference, and that touch leaves Zach Jin in awe. The next day, Nara tells her friends she wants them to join her next mukbang video, and the girls agree. So that night, she introduces them to her followers and begins the live stream. But people in the chat send hateful comments towards Seo and Hiai for no reason, hurting their feelings while Nara keeps smiling and ignores it, which upsets her friends. After streaming, they confront her for only caring about subscribers and not defending them, and they storm out of her house. The next day, Nara apologizes for being insensitive, and they make up. And while talking, the girls say Seo wants to confess to a boy, so Nara offers to help her, but just then, she gets a message from the school president asking her to attend a Goart meeting, so she tells Seo to delay her confession for an hour, promising to help later. After the meeting, while waiting outside, Hun Jung comes and suggests they study together, and at that moment, Nara gets a notification that Choya just started a live stream. So Nara drags Hun Jung to the library and starts streaming too as a study session, making her lose track of Seo's big moment. When Seo and Hiai find out, they're very hurt that Nara chose YouTube over her friend, but after the stream ends, Nara remembers and runs to look for them, only to be ignored completely, so later, she sits on a bench alone crying because her friends won't forgive her. The next morning, Hun Jung asks Nara out for the weekend, and she agrees, and they meet at a cafe taking photos together until two guys in the background notice Hun Jung and call him by another name, Xing Wo. But they continue their date as Hun Jung takes Nara to an ice rink where they have an amazing time together, and that night when Nara gets home, she runs into Zach Jin, who surprises her with a table full of food, and the two, Nara and Zach Jin, end up having a very fun time together. But meanwhile, we are introduced to another student named Zi Ho, who writes an online article exposing Hun Jung and uploads it, claiming his real name is Shinmin Wu, and that in the past he used to bully other kids and steal their money, but then changed both his name and school to hide the truth. And the next day, Nara overhears two students talking about Hun Jung's real name, and feeling confused, she searches Xing Wu online and finds the article, and after reading it, she is shocked, but assumes it must be fake. However, the following day at school, everyone is talking about the article while insisting to Hun Jung that it must be false, but we can clearly see he is uncomfortable, which makes it obvious something is wrong. And during class, one of his friends suddenly realizes that Hun Jung is actually a year older than everyone else, which raises even more suspicion about the truth behind the article. That night, Nara receives a notification on her phone showing school records and photos of Hun Jung from his old school, and immediately she begins getting hate comments from followers just for being friends with him, as people now call him a bully and a cruel person. And meanwhile, Hun Jung is heartbroken because his identity was exposed, and the hate messages destroy his popularity both in school and online. The next day, Junhoon asks his friend if the accusations are true, and Hun Jung admits he did leave his old school but avoids talking about bullying and simply leaves the room. And now Nara is also judged by other students, and one girl even tries to pick a fight with her in the bathroom. But before anything happens, Choya appears and defends her. The next day, during basketball practice, Zach Jin can't find his phone, and when he unlocks Lee's phone instead, he discovers Lee is the one who uploaded the article and even finds messages proving Lee planned to expose Nara next. So Zach Jin quickly screenshots everything and sends it to his own account before Lee notices. Meanwhile, Hun Jung confronts his old classmate, thinking that he exposed his past, and after arguing for a while, the boy leaves so he won't be late to class. And later that afternoon, Zach Jin calls Hun Jung to the park and shows him the screenshots. And right then, Lee happens to walk by, panics when he realizes they know and tries to run away, but trips and falls, and they catch him, forcing him to admit what he did. And Hun Jung orders him to delete the article, which he finally does. Later that night, Hun Jung meets Nara outside her house and tells her the whole truth. The bullying part is real, but not the way people think, because in reality, he was the one being bullied. And when he couldn't take it anymore, he ran away from that school and enrolled in this one to start over. And Nara understands him and promises she will always be there to support him. Right after he she leaves, Zach Jin knocks on her door and confesses his feelings for her, telling her to think about it like a gentleman before walking away. And by the next day, school becomes awkward between them. But after class, Nara meets her friends, and at first they stare at each other as if a fight might start. Then suddenly they all burst into tears and finally reconcile, and Nara tells them about Zach Jin's confession, but explains she only sees him as a friend. And unfortunately, that same night, while eating with her dad, Zach Jin shows up and joins them. And Nara's father is delighted and keeps teasing them, which makes Nara uncomfortable. And without her knowing, Zach Jin goes to her room, finds photos of Nara and Hun Jung together, and his heart breaks. Afterwards, Zach Jin meets Choya and tells her that Nara rejected him, and Choya reassures him things will be okay. But sadly, a few days later, Nara officially turns him down, saying she likes someone else. And although Zach Jin already expected it, he accepts her answer, and they stay friends, unaware that a mysterious man has been secretly photographing them. And this man turns out to be a famous YouTuber who has been posting videos exposing Nara, accusing her of using Hun Jung for fame and calling her an unworthy and unpopular candidate for Goart because she only clings to popular boys to gain followers. And Nara becomes devastated as people start sending her hate and unsubscribing. And on top of that, one night she receives a suspicious link claiming to be from the official Goart site, but when she clicks it, nothing loads, and it is revealed to be a virus planted by the evil YouTuber to steal her private messages. And the next day, he uploads altered screenshots, making it look like Nara talks badly about Hun Jung behind his back, insisting he got them from a trusted source. Nara and her friends compare the messages and realize he hacked and edited them, but Nara is too afraid to speak publicly because she fears the hate will get worse. And just then, the school president announces in a live stream that the chosen Goart contestant will be Choya, not Nara. So heartbroken, Nara leaves the classroom and cries alone on the rooftop. And the following day, she gets even angrier after seeing Hun Jung and Choya taking pictures together for the contest. So she runs away to her usual hiding place. But a moment later, Hun Jung follows her and suddenly asks her to be his girlfriend, shocking her completely. But when he asks if she likes him, she shyly says yes. And so they start dating and walk home holding hands. And everything seems to finally turn pink and beautiful for Nara, because once she gets home, she finds out the evil YouTuber was arrested for fraud and cybercrimes, which makes her smile. And around the same time, Choya sees on the news that her agency hired that YouTuber to destroy Nara's chances so Choya would win. And while she tries to process everything, she receives a call from Nara asking to meet, and soon the two girls face each other. And Nara is clearly jealous, but Choya honestly says she didn't know anything about her company hiring that man, though she ruins it by saying that even without him, Nara never would have won, which obviously offends Nara, who decides to end their friendship and walks away, not realizing someone was secretly recording their argument. When Choya gets home, she finds that video online, and the comments call her a traitor, believing she was part of the scandal, while everyone sees Nara as the victim. The next day, with Choya absent, the school president calls Nara in for an urgent meeting, and soon after, Nara starts a live stream saying that neither she nor Choya will participate in Goart anymore, and she explains that her friends matter more to her than fame, and all she wants is to be happy. So with no other choice, the president announces that their school will not compete in Goart Season 2, shocking everyone. And that afternoon, Nara tells her friends she is now dating Hun Jung, and they happily celebrate with her, then talk about Choya and wonder how she is doing. So to make peace, they decide to visit her house and end up having lunch together, and Choya apologizes for what she said, and Nara forgives her. Finally, the next day is Nara's birthday, and when she walks into class, everyone surprises her with a big birthday cake made by her boyfriend and her classmates, and she cries tears of joy. And this is how the story ends, with all the students taking a big group photo while Nara tells us this is the best day of her life.